when you couple the Roth conversion strategy with the change in risk tolerance, this is where the numbers get a lot bigger. So let's take a look. We have Steve and Jane Smith. Of course, we changed the names to protect the innocent. They're 68 years old and retired doctors, okay? So just real quick, what I want to hit on, I know there's a lot of numbers on the page here. You can ignore most of it for what we're talking about. But this column right here that says plan distributions, right? Starts at age 73 and goes up each year. What is that? In this case, these distributions are something called RMDs, or required minimum distributions, RMDs. It starts at 73. And this is Uncle Sam essentially forcing people to take money out of their pre-tax accounts. Think 401ks, 403bs, 401as, all this pre-tax money that people accumulate over their savings life. And Uncle Sam makes them take money out each year so that they can force the tax on that money. When you take money out of a 401k, 403b, 401a, you have to pay income tax on that. So as you can see on my screen here, that's what we're illustrating for them, right? All else equal, they'll be required cumulatively to take about $30,000 out of their pre-tax accounts at age 73, 2029. You'll notice here, there's no plan distributions before that, right? Because the RMDs don't start until age 73. Okay, so the backbone of an IRA conversion strategy is this. I'm gonna come back over here, pull up a different tax report. All right, taxes, right? If they were just to maintain status quo and just not do any IRA conversion at all, what we're projecting here is their tax bill each year for the rest of their life, okay? And you can see this tax bill kind of steadily ticking up down the road. All we are doing with a IRA conversion strategy is just saying, hey, if we know we're going to pay tax on this IRA money each year, starting at age 73, because Uncle Sam's going to make you take money out, is there a more strategic way? Can we time this in a different way to add value over time by choosing when to take taxes different or a bit earlier as opposed to waiting to 73? Okay, so let me just turn this on and show this to you real quick, right? So I'm going to turn on right here this Roth conversion, and you'll notice how this graph changes, right? Two things happened, right? You see the red appear, and you see the gray, right? The gray, this is showing this is showing the blue going down, so this is showing less taxes being paid, and the red is showing more taxes being paid here early in the earlier years, right? So again, effectively, we are increasing their tax liability by taking money out of their IRAs earlier, not waiting till 73, but starting this year. That's going to cause them to pay, in this case, $2,320 more in taxes than they would otherwise pay, and that's going to happen for each year. So we've taken taxes earlier, but because we took distributions from that IRA in these first 5 years, her IRA account is small. Their IRA accounts cumulatively are smaller starting at age 73. Because those IRA accounts are smaller in value, the RMD required is also smaller. And this is why you see tax savings, that green, $1,200, $1,100 each year, kind of going forward there, okay? So it's basically you're paying early to not pay down the road. So why is this beneficial? All right, we're looking at taxes here. I'm going to come back out to what really matters, right? What is the effect on their assets, okay? You'll notice here, this is very subtle, but by making that conversion, you'll see in these earlier years, right, they have $3,500 less in assets, $5,900 less in assets, $8,400 less in total assets. And it's showing less money that they have because that's money that has gone out to go pay the tax on that conversion. But notice what happens over time here, right? As they start to get older, 78, 79, 80, you'll see this number flips. They have $4,700 more in real assets, $6,800, and down here at age 90, $38,000 in more real dollars because they they pursued this conversion strategy. Okay. So most people might be saying right now, like, hey, awesome. I get it. 38 grand, that's real money. But you're talking $38,000 on 1.5 million. Kind of a rounding error. Okay, I take that point. Here's the next iteration of this strategy. I'm going to come over here to another report. We're going to go back to their baseline again. All right, here, where are we? Assets. Okay, tax deferred pre-tax, right? Light blue, kind of consistent over time. Tax-free assets, this is their Roth. Notice how that orange gets bigger over time. Here's the key piece here. Based on their living needs and the type of assets they have, they are not projected to ever need to get into their Roth IRA for their living expenses. This is the main takeaway from this graph, okay? So when someone won't need to access their Roth assets, that allows us to potentially be a bit more aggressive in how they are invested in those accounts. So let me come back. Right? We're going to overlay this next part to the Roth conversion strategy, right? So we're showing the conversion, right? This is what we just looked at. These assets tick up over time. Remember 38,000 at age 90. If we simply now switch how the Roth accounts are invested going forward to something more aggressive, we can see the huge impact here, right? So when you couple the Roth conversion strategy with the change in risk tolerance, this is where the numbers get a lot bigger, right? 989,000 age 90. That's the projected amount. So again, what's going on here, right? We're making the conversion, right? That's getting a lot more money out of their pre-tax accounts into their Roth accounts. And what we're also saying, number two, is because they aren't projected to need to access their Roth money at all for their own living expenses in their lifetime, we can be a bit more aggressive with that money, right? That's what we're illustrating here, taking that Roth money, which was previously kind of conservatively invested, making it more aggressively invested. And those two pieces combined equate to close to $1 million in value over the course of their life. So again, this is an extremely powerful strategy. You couple it with the risk tolerance change, you can see the value over time. Just one last piece I want to call out here. I'm going to go back to the assets graph and the tax type, right? And we're going to compare what the trajectory they're on versus what we're illustrating, the conversion with the change in risk tolerance. Okay, we're going to update this. We're going to look at tax type again. Just look at this. My gosh, right? Line go up, right? On the left here, we're looking at if they just maintain status quo, no conversion, no change in risk tolerance, right? Objectively, they're on a great trajectory. But with the conversion and the change in risk tolerance, just look at the scale here, right? It peaks out at 1.75. This peaks out at 3 million. You'll notice the total asset line here at 1.5, 2.5, right? So you're talking over $1 million in difference, but look at the difference in the line colors. In here, in this situation on the left, right? Again, objectively awesome, but their beneficiaries are inheriting, one, a lot less money, and two, a lot of that money is pre-tax. So when they're this light blue, when their beneficiaries, their kids inherit that, their kids are gonna have to pay tax on that light blue amount, whereas this orange amount they pay no tax on because it's Roth money, right? Come over here with this conversion. Look how much bigger that Roth bar gets, that orange. It's unbelievable. So not only are beneficiaries inheriting $1 million more in real dollars, but almost all of that money will not be taxable to the beneficiaries, right? The light blue is a lot less than the orange. So overall, start to finish, these things are kind of gimmies. That's what we call them internally, at least. Right? It's just being a bit more thoughtful with how and when one pays taxes. And if you think through that a little bit and are a little strategic in how you do that, it can have immense value. Keep in mind too, we're talking Steve and Jane here are 68 years old. We're going to do another video in which it's a very kind of freak scenario. But this individual is in their early 50s. and we're looking at the same strategy. You look at 68 to 73, the time frame to convert, and you magnify that from 50 to 73, the value is stupid. That'll be another video though. As always, thank you for your time, and look forward to doing another one here for you soon. Bye.